Okay. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, this is what happens when you mix everything up on a Monday morning.
Yeah, we had a little bit of change, but we have to start with what you're wearing.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Sorry. I'm Peggy.
I'm Amanda.
And you're watching the Junction Fiber Mill Millcast.
Yes.
We're recording this on my daughter's birthday. This is the 29th. Yeah,
happy birthday.
Yeah, not Loretta, but Kate.
Kate.
Kate, 38 years old. How did that happen?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, let's start with where are we? Because we're in a new spot.
Okay, we'll start there.
There's a lot to notice here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we are in our new warehouse retail space.
Which means we moved it from one end to another end. And you're just really trying to make it a little more accessible so that when you go in, you don't have to kind of climb through things in progress. So it's
Yeah, I think the layout for what the business has grown into makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And we're sitting at, you can't
this
see it at all.
This amazing desk that your husband Cody made.
Yes.
What a labor of love. It's very pro.
I think so. He was a little discouraged at first because, you know, when you're a hobbyist, everything you make, you're sort of making it for the first time. First and only time. So, of course, if he was going to make 10 of these, he'd make them differently. But
I saw him in the back, the uninsulated part of the warehouse cutting and all this. And I was like, wow, you have taken on a big job.
Yeah, but it's going to work out great for us. We had a little flopsy table for a while there because I stole our nice desk.
Well, we had a nice up and down. In any case.
Anyways, we're sitting at our new table. But yes, warehouse retail space, new desk, new warehouse area, and new sweater. I did not knit this. That's the thing I need to come
and when you
first.
showed me a picture of this, I was like, oh, come on. And then I'm like, when I thought it was sort of hokey. And now I see,
wait.
okay.
You gotta see the look. Ready for it?
Yeah, go. Hold on. Look. Yeah, Pearl. I mean, it is so cute.
It's that.
What's really great is, so this is our sport weight.
Yes.
And it's Vermont Vice.
Oh, yeah.
With our undyed in our sport weight. It is adorable. Very summery. Love the short sleeves.
The pattern is Vintage Flannel by Anna Johanna or Anna Johanna. It's probably Johanna. I think she's Scandinavian. But it's from the Lane book, Strands of Joy, Volume 2. And there are all sorts of fun patterns in there, but unfortunately you do have to buy the whole pattern set to get this one. But one of our lovely, actually it was Liz who brought this to us, one of our employees, Liz, she saw it and she was like, you guys have to get a sample made of this. It's a hot thing right now. Yeah. So that's how we find out what to knit. Yeah. So then we commissioned this from one of our lovely sample knitters. Yeah. Emmett, and I think he did such a great job. Yeah. We did do a modification. It calls for long sleeves, but I was like, we have so many long sleeve sweaters. Can we do it a crop?
It's adorable with short sleeves.
And it's a little, I don't know if you can tell, it's cropped at the waist a little bit too. Yeah. I think that's what the pattern calls for. But anyways.
I am freaking in love with our sport weight.
I am too. And I mean, what you can do with sport weight, which is nice, is you can do these stranded knitting where you've got double layer and it's the same as if you did, same thickness as if you did just a single layer making tracks DK. So
adorable.
It's so fun. Yeah. And it's starting to cool off a little bit here where it's gonna get hot. Okay, again this
week. If you say so. Yeah.
But I'm getting a little sweaty right now, but I'm gonna power through this episode because I want to wear a knit. Yeah. And I'm so excited about this knit. Knit.
Hilarious.
We are coming in hot this Monday.
You are.
Oh man, I came off a bachelorette party weekend.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, we haven't had a minute to catch up this morning because I'm like getting Lewis to the doctor. He's fine, but he maybe has his ear infection is maybe flared up again. So anyways, so so this weekend, my very good friend Anna, the midwife.
Oh yeah.
She had her bachelorette party weekend. Here, it was so convenient for me. It was at her house, so I actually just went home to sleep and take care of Lewis. And then I would like join them for the daytime stuff. Wow. It was the most lovely bachelorette party. We went to a swimming hole, which I'd never known about. And I'm not going to tell you about where it is because these things secret.
You're going to tell me where it is.
I'll tell you where it is. But it was amazing. I'll show a picture.
Okay.
And then we went to Cross Molina Farm. I've talked about that before, which I shouldn't even mention here because that's also a secret that shouldn't get out. But I trust you all. But it's that pizza night on the farm. Yeah. Very beautiful. We all wore dresses. I was like, we are going to make a scene at Cross Molina. And we did. 10 beautiful women in their beautiful dresses at a farm with pizza. It was amazing. And what else did we do? We just sort of like hung out at the house. I brought my knitting. We knit a little bit.
Excellent.
It was very chill.
But meanwhile, back at your house,
my in-laws were visiting, bless them, to help Cody with the children all weekend. So I really got to sort of feel good about leaving.
Yeah.
And they also came by the mill to sort of finish up work here. I haven't actually seen the finished job. They needed to hang the hanging scale now that
someone's going to get clocked on that, but that's
we
okay.
can move it. But anyway,
we can hang it up and then bring it. But yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. So they did that. They hung out with the children. They had a great time. They're on the road. They drove back to the Midwest this morning. So thank you, Mark and Natalie, so much for all your help. And we had a great weekend. What about you?
So I took Friday off, which was lovely. Went over to Portland, Maine, had dinner with old college buddies who live now in South Portland, Maine. Very fun to catch up with them. But our real reason for going over there was that we had promised to give Jason and Loretta a break for they have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an 8-month-old. So we took all 3 kids at their house while they went off to have some fun. And I gotta be honest with you.
Did they leave overnight?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Wow,
no, we had the whole
nice.
So we headed to the beach, stopped at CVS so they could each have their own beach toys, bucket, sand, and so we've got the 2 little ones plus the 8-month-old. But it was a gorgeous day. We ended up being 3 hours at the beach.
Nobody drowned.
It was kind of the tide was out. But it was very sweet. It was wonderful. We got back. Did nap, then we went out for ice cream, and then we went out to this promenade that's absolutely gorgeous. It was movie night. They get to watch a movie once every Saturday night. They get a little cartoony thing, which we did.
Yeah.
And then first thing Sunday morning, they were up at 6 a.m, not so bad. We were on the 7:45 a.m. Peaks Island ferry.
Okay.
Beautiful ferry ride, easy. And Emma, Malcolm, and Will. And Emma goes, so are we going to get golf carts and go around Peaks Island? And we were like, no. We're just taking the ferry over and turning around and taking the ferry back. Yeah. Just we were seeing seals and pointing out the boats and all that. And then there's a very popular donut place in downtown Portland called the Holy Donut.
Okay,
I think I've got it right.
Place. Yeah, I think that's what
I think it's right. And we got in, not so bad. And then as we were eating our donuts, the line was out the door, down the street.
This is the benefit to having young children. They are good alarm clocks. And you best not sit around and do nothing.
It was a really lovely weekend and great to hang out with the grandkids. And they were, especially the 4-year-old Emma and Malcolm, they know us. They're glad to see us.
Yeah. You live sort of just far enough away.
I wish it wasn't quite so far. It's a 2-hour and 45-minute drive to Portland, Maine. But anyway, it was a lovely weekend. Came back. I was able to do some knitting there. I did not do the knitting back. I had to kind of recover a little bit.
Yeah, I can understand.
But the one thing I also want to point out, I've also harvested my garlic.
Oh,
have you pulled your garlic?
They pulled it out this weekend. Yeah, I gave them the go ahead. I said, do it without me. I got it.
There's nothing more satisfying than harvesting garlic because either you're sick of doing the weeding or other things haven't moved along, and then all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, but the stuff that I have crops because I planted them in actually late October, and I've got a nice batch of garlic.
Nice. This is the first year we did it, and I came back from my Saturday bachelorette, and it was all sitting out there on the porch all in a row, and I was like, well done, garden.
Yeah.
Maeve and I planted it, which was really sweet because she actually helped stick them in the ground, and now here we are.
I'll tell you the one thing. So I'm not doing a lot of crops to harvest because I like to have a cutting garden. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, the second year in a row, my zinnias, suck. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They don't have fungus exactly. They're just stilted and I don't know. Next year I'm sure somebody's going to have
some ideas.
Yeah, next year I'm going to do something different because I love zinnias and I'm getting them, but not the way I want.
Okay, yeah.
But the tomatoes have started coming in. Anyway, enough on the weekend in the gardening. Yeah. Boy, so much going on at the mill.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've got a great team.
We really do.
We are thankful for the drier weather last week. Less humid, less hot. It felt a lot more sane to be working in a mill.
Right. Yeah. But we're clickety-clacking on things. I want to show an experiment that I'm working on. We're cooking up some things for Halloween, and it spurred us on to say, couldn't we do something with black?
Even Halloween aside, it's like we very seldom have a black. I think because it is sort of a neutral color that actually grows on sheep. And we keep thinking, because both of us raise black Corriedale, like we're going to find the natural black.
First of all, it's hard to get it in any significant quantity.
Yep.
And often when it's black, when you spin it up, it isn't as jet black as you want. So I took that, the 1,100 pounds that we've been playing around with.
The Blueface Leicester.
Blueface Leicester blend. And I'm in the middle of dyeing it. And if you're a dyer, black is tough. This is, so if you look really closely, it's got a deep purple to it. So what I read, there's a
little green.
Yeah, well, here's what happened. When I dyed it with True Black, I was part of this, I am part of this To Dye For Facebook group. And I looked up any information they had on dyeing on black. And one person said, if you dye with the Jacquard True Black, and it's going to turn out a little bit purpley, then dye it again with green and brown, which I did. And if you look at it closely, you can see the green.
You start to see, I see black, purple, and green when I look at this.
So what I'm going to do next is we're going to pick it and card it and see if it all blends to read black.
Yep.
And hopefully it'll read as a solid enough dark color to go with our stuff. So this is the beginning of it, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I love experimenting with the dyeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So we got that going. And by the way, on the last Millcast, I had mentioned that we had sent 1,200 pounds, actually 1,215 pounds of some rambouillet down to Chargers, and it did in fact arrive. I got confirmation.
Confirmation.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that'll be back in a couple of weeks, which will be exciting.
They've got a pretty quick turnaround time.
Yeah, because it's all they're doing is scouring.
Yeah.
If they were doing, turning it into a roving comb top, it would take longer. But the scouring, I think, and so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, hopefully we'll.
Yeah.
I think on other updates for this week, I don't know if you have it in our notes, but we should talk about the retreat.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you sound so negative.
Well, here's the good news. We're so excited that there's a lot of folks who are going to join us for the retreat. It's going to be great.
It sold out in a couple of hours, and we were completely
blindsided,
blown away because last year we had 2 retreats, 12 people each, and they sold out in about 6 months. So we were like, okay, we're going to do a retreat. A much bigger retreat.
And we thought we should give it plenty of time, so we had plenty of time to fill it up. And good Lord, like in 5 hours, done. And then within another hour or two, we have a really big wait list. So for those who are coming, we're thrilled you're coming.
We are
so stoked. Who felt like they'd have a little more time, we're sorry.
We learned lessons.
Yeah, we did learn a lesson.
We're feeling really excited about all the energy towards coming here and meeting the sheep and seeing the mill and all that. But next time we're going to let you have some notice whenever we do something like this through the newsletter. So sign up for the newsletter. That's the place to find out. Right. We're going to let you know.
And we'll set a time.
We're going to open up registration so you have time to coordinate with your groups and everyone can get all in, because we just, again, you guys know our deal. We're sort of learning things as we go.
Yeah, and
we learned.
This was it wasn't painful. We felt terrible for the folks who had heard about it, and they, like us, kind of thought, oh, well, I could go for a walk and then come back, and yowzer. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Live and learn. Live and learn. But we are so excited for those of you that did get a spot. It's going to be a fantastic retreat. Yeah. In about a year. Yeah. And time flies. That year is going to be here in no time. Well, especially now that we're getting our stuff together here at the mill, and it just feels like we're already thinking about Christmas, and we're thinking about next spring already. Yeah. And so. Yeah. So that's that. You got something there you want to show? Sure. So in marketing news here, we have taken it out of the Disney Vault. Oh, that's hilarious! Right, the Disney Vault. Right. For a one dye lot only. Yeah. We are bringing back Poolside. For August it just coming up. Yeah, it seems like swimming weather. Yeah, we literally have, I'm looking at it, like a bag and a half of this. So we heard from some of you that you love this color. You were sad to see it retire. Yeah. And we decided it's so nice and summery. Yeah. Looking at it cools me down. Yeah, like, it matches what you're wearing. If you haven't noticed, I'm usually wearing some version of blue. So Poolside is, it's one of our less contrasty making tracks. It's more, I would say, subtle. Yeah. It's got all these beautiful blues, sky blue, and I don't know, what do you call the rest of these blues? Baby blue. Baby blues. Yeah.
But yeah.
And then a few skeins of just a hint of white, almost white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Poolside's back, but we're just going to do one dye lot of it. So if you want it, get that now.
Yeah.
And it's our DK weight, I should say.
Yeah, it is the DK weight. Yeah. Which we've been working on. We're not ready quite for the reveal, but maybe by next week we've been doing solid colors in sport weight.
Yep. So next week we hope to unveil
those, which we're very excited about.
Yep.
If you see these colors and you're inspired to say, "Oh, I want to stop by the mill," we just want to remind you, because folks are wearing headphones and whatnot, we really need you to make an appointment.
And literally the shopping is in our office too. So like we could be on a meeting. Like there's times like that. So
and Amanda has set it up to go really easy. If you go onto our website and into info and it asked about shopping, the first section is about virtual shopping. So if you want to have an appointment.
And we know lots of you are far and wide too. So that's a great option for you. But if you are coming through or you're local,
scroll down a little bit further and you'll see how to book an appointment. It's really easy.
And it's free.
Oh, of course, yeah, it's free. It's just you're going to get a more satisfying experience because you're going to be able to book it and it's there. Because when you call our phone, there's a lot of times we can't answer it because we've got headphones on and we can't answer it. Yeah. So best way to do it is to make an appointment online. It's really easy. And if for whatever
reason you have trouble with that, send us an email, hello@junctionfibermill.com. Yeah. But we've got a few days a week open for in-person shopping, and that form is the best way to go about it. So. Yeah. Good reminder, Peg.
Yeah. But do know this coming Friday is open house.
So that is a free-for-all. You are welcome to come in.
Woo! Yeah, and I think we'll leave our new store set up as it is rather than rolling it to the front.
Yep. So as the mill's been growing, we used to have a little bit more space in the mill for retail shopping, and as we've sort of expanded added equipment, all that, we've
getting a little pinched.
I think it'll be really nice to be able to have tours be in their own separate part of the building. That way. Back here, we can talk about picking out your colors. We can chat with you at checkout.
A little more elbow room.
Yeah. So we're just gonna leave everything here, and you'll shop the warehouse retail space.
Yeah. And admire Cody's new table.
Yeah, please admire it. So that's Friday, 3 to 5. Be there. It should be fun.
Yeah.
But we've got more stuff. What do we have?
We gotta do our knit along.
Knit along. Knit along.
I haven't seen what she's knit. She has. I mean,
I'm
know
gonna
the
go
colors.
First this time. I'm gonna go first.
Okay. She's gonna have done a ton. Okay. Oh, frickin' God. I thought I had done a lot.
Look
okay.
This little bit you see hanging off my needle, that's the sleeve.
Yeah.
I got to the sleeve.
You got to the sleeve. Okay, so this
is the front, I believe.
All right.
So this is the whole front.
Nicely done.
I'm really excited. So I'm about a quarter done with this. A little over a quarter done, I think.
Wow.
I haven't done any of the whole, grafting.
Well, remind me, is this the center front over here?
I think so. Yeah, I think this is front.
This is center front?
It's either front or back. I think it's front. But anyways.
Okay, so in other words, this is not... I thought this was center front. No.
No, for me, this
is the center.
Yeah, it's going to be like this.
Gorgeous.
I can't wait.
That is really...
so much fun.
Aren't you impressed with the damn pattern?
I'm so impressed. Every time I'm like, how does this work? Like, my brain can't even wrap around
I don't even try.
So I trust you, Ona. I'm going one line at a time.
And then I get to a section and it goes... Then go to page 6.
And I know, I'm like, gosh, darn it.
16, 17, 8. And I'm like, okay, if you say so.
It's like a choose your own adventure paint by numbers pattern. But it is a page turner. That's why I think I'm whipping through this, even though I've got 2 small kids in no time.
Okay. All right. I haven't made...
Oh, let me brag just a little bit.
Go ahead.
We watched The Promised Land. It is a Danish movie with Mads Mikkelsen in it. It was very good. It's a period piece about settling Jutland, the Maine island, not island, but in Denmark. It has subtitles. And I knit this because you do get in a rhythm, but also don't try
Wait a minute. You're reading subtitles and knitting?
I did it. Yeah, wow. I did it. I followed the movie decently well, and I still worked on this because, like I tell my friends, I'm like, you're coming over for movie night, but I must knit because it is literally my job right now.
All right, if we're talking movies, I got to tell you real quick. Todd and I watched a movie because of my college roommate. She wasn't a roommate, but we were very tight in college. The Quiet Girl.
I haven't seen it.
It's Irish. It's in Gaelic with subtitles.
Uh-huh.
It is, even Todd, who I was like, oh man, The Quiet Girl. And it's, it's
quiet.
He not only was he watching.
Do you cry?
Yeah.
Is he gonna hate you for saying that on the Millcast?
He wasn't bawling. He was just sniffling, and the ending. Even as I'm thinking about the ending in the last section, It's a beautiful, beautiful movie, The Quiet Girl.
Okay.
Emily, thanks for the recommendation. Okay, back to the knit along.
Yeah, where are you at? Ooh, okay.
I am
shaping up.
So I'm going to lay it down. So
it looks like a little bit of a cardigan now.
It is a cardigan.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm here.
Uh-huh.
I'm to here.
Uh-huh.
And I took Ona's trick and I steamed it a little bit.
So you could like see
So you could really see it. Yeah.
Ooh,
so that's how we're doing.
It looks great.
I thought I got a lot done. Then you come in with nearly finished. But I'm feeling really pleased with it.
I think it's looking great, Peg.
Yeah.
And I did post last week on social about I found photos through Ravelry and whatnot of people and their projects. I'm so impressed with all of you too.
Yeah.
They're looking amazing.
They really are. And so we have on this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Join us if you aren't sure you want to do this. Join the knitting night. Yeah, but you might get inspired by listening to people who are actually doing it.
Absolutely. Also, when we say like,
in other words, there's a Zoom
ends in October, and you're like, I could never buy October. You can still enter to win the prize and participate, even if you just cast it on and do a little bit by the deadline. You don't have to finish this sweater. But
I'm seeing my mistakes. Don't look too closely at the mistakes.
But anyways, yes, Peg's right. This Wednesday we're doing a virtual knit night. Also, if you're not even doing knit along at all and you just want to knit whatever you're working on with us, join us. So there's a Zoom link. I'll link it in the notes.
I may turn the air conditioning on, or maybe I'll go out on the porch.
It's gonna be 7 p.m. It should be cooling down a little.
Okay, so 7 p.m. Eastern time. Where do I find the link?
It is gonna be in the show notes. It's also on our events page through the website.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Ona's going to join us.
Yeah. If you have any particular questions, she's there to answer. And again, if you're on the fence and you want to try it, but you think it's complicated, join in and listen in on what folks have to say about the pattern.
Yeah, it's just a remarkable. I mean, it's wild.
It's wild.
I've never seen a sweater like this, but
I've never seen a pattern that's. But again, she has really. I'm just being led by the nose. Only once did I go, where am I going with this? And I read the shapes. You're kind of doing, you're going shape by shape. I refer
back to that, like, where I think we're allowed to show the shapes page.
The drawing?
The drawings all the time. This is sort of like you can see what numbers correspond to.
Right, where you are on it. Yep.
Yeah, because it's really funky when you're doing the sleeve.
Oh, you put the date on it?
Once. I was like, wouldn't it be cute if I had dates to mark like
That's really good.
And then I did it once and I haven't.
Yeah, I find it difficult. I don't know why. I've been really saving my knitting for the weekend. So I knit all the way driving to Portland and then as soon as I got home, I took care of a couple of chores and then I sat on the porch and I really wanted to be able to get to a point where I could, have the needle out.
Yeah, because you only do that every so often.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just all in a circle.
God forbid your yarns get all twisted.
Yeah. So anyway.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. And I'm not knitting anything else. Are you knitting anything else?
Oh no, not right now. No. If I keep at this clip, I might have to, so I don't think I'll pace myself. The kid with two little kids.
You're not doing caffeine.
I'm doing black tea now.
Oh, is that what we're looking at right now?
Yep, black tea.
My God.
I took a 2-hour nap yesterday. That's what you're looking at.
That helps.
That was really great because it's been go for so long. We went out on Thursday night to see Willie Watson in Burlington.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. But he didn't start playing music until after 10.
Oh, forget it.
p.m.
I don't care how good you are.
I felt that way. And if we hadn't run into friends we hadn't seen in a while at the venue, when the opener was playing, we would have just walked out because I was like, "This is unbelievable."
I've been asleep for an hour.
I know. So he didn't finish until after 11, and then I had to stay because I brought him some yarn for his mom because I know him. So I gave him his yarn. I gave him a Junction Fiber Mill tote bag too, so he can bring it around LA.
Okay. Who is this guy?
He is a folk singer, Willie Watson. He used to be an Old Crow Medicine Show. Do you know that band?
No.
Todd would. It's
Todd is much more hip about music than I am.
They did Wagon Wheel, Rock Me Mama.
That one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep, so he was in that, and he also was in the movie The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, okay.
On Netflix. Anyways, he's a very good. Also, the thing that I like about Willie Watson, and so does Cody, and this is actually how I know about him. He makes his own clothes, and I don't mean like he makes his own clothes and he's like a hobbyist. He had a little company.
Yeah.
Sewing jeans, specifically like jeans, a notably hard thing to sew. And he was, I ended up reaching out to him because I saw he was doing this to see if he needed website help, because that was my former job. So we did a little trade. He made me some sweet jeans and overalls, and I built him a website. And every time he comes through, I'm like, put me on the list for your show, baby.
There you go.
And I get to tell Cody, you know the musician you like? I got his tickets, which is just funny.
It was good.
Anyway, so that was fun, but we didn't get home until 1 a.m.
No, I couldn't do it.
And so and then there's like right into bachelorette time. So I was like, I need a 2-hour nap. So that's
good.
what finally got me going. But anyways.
All right.
That's
okay, we got to get to work.
Us.
Yeah, we got to get to work. And this Friday, 3 to 5 open house. And I hope you're also marking your calendars. We say it every Millcast now, the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival, October 5th and 6th. It's going to be great.
Rhinebeck is huge. This is a much more manageable.
Yeah.
It's worth the travel for. It's
the colors are going to be outstanding.
Can't recommend it.
We are also having an open house in September.
Yep. First weekend in September we'll also.
Okay.
All right.
We're off.
See you next time.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.